rhyme with strength. Ain't nobody man enough to feel the pain. And you could be next, you better give respect. Cause ain't nobody breaking this redneck. No, they don't want none. No, they don't want none. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They looking scared, no, they don't really want none.
This is Chris Akers, head football coach of your Gate City Blue Devils, and you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be and however you may be listening to us. Thank you for making us a part of your beautiful Friday afternoon. You're listening live to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio. I'm Joe Carter along with Chris Carr and Rob the Hammer Happy Birthday Boy Ferguson. And we're coming to you live from Legion Field here on the beautiful campus of Gate City High School for Senior Night 2018 and a game that will be determining the postseason fate for our Blue Devils. Gate City clings to playoff hopes barely, but they need some help, and they cannot afford to lose either of their two remaining games, or this season does end next Friday night. Battle comes into this game number 7 in the terms of the power points, and a win by the Trojans all but locks up the return to the postseason for John Battle. We're going to have an in-depth look at the Gate City-John Battle matchup here in just a few moments, but first we're going to take a look at the exciting matchups across Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia, give you the picks for the games, and we'll go over the playoff scenarios for both Tennessee and Virginia, highlight the Premier Pharmacy Players of the Week, and then get the starting lineups for, again, this Gate City-John Battle matchup and everything that you need to know. So we'll be back in just about a minute. You're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
If you're looking for the best selection of sweet treats to indulge in, or maybe you're looking to stay with your healthy lifestyle, they have it all at Sweet Frog in Kingsport. This family-owned and Christian-based business proudly serves our region with delicious combinations of frozen yogurt and hundreds of combinations of toppings. They now have silk almond milk yogurt, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive 10% off of your entire purchase. Sweet Frog is open 7 days a week and located in the Kingsport Pavilion Shopping Center. That's near Target and behind the Verizon store on Stone Drive. They also host parties, so give them a call today at 423-245-3764 or check them out on Facebook. Family owned for 3 generations, Broadwater Trading Company proudly supports Gate City High School and wishes the Blue Devils the best for a great upcoming season. Broadwater Trading Company is your local steel dealer, and they've got chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, outdoor power equipment, and much, much more, including farm equipment and supplies. So go by and see them today at 297 West Water Street, or give them a call at 386-6811. Again, that's 386-6811. Again, Broadwater Trading Company, proudly supporting Gate City Athletics.
And we're back here again, Senior Night 2018 here at Gate City High School. Want to bring in Mr. Carr and Mr. Ferguson. Guys, how's everything going tonight?
Things are going great. Have you ever seen a better night for football? Chill in the air, bright sunshine, great weather. I'm looking forward to it, Joe.
Playoff implications on the line. Mr. Ferguson, birthday boy, 65 years. How's it feel today?
Don't feel a day over 64, Joe. Thanks for asking.
There we go.
Great
All right.
place to spend a birthday here for Gate City. A win tonight would be pretty awesome as a birthday present. So.
See if Coach Akers and the boys can deliver it. So, all right, well, let's talk about Northeast Tennessee. We'll go over the games. We'll also talk about the playoff implications. Again, a lot of things going on tonight. A lot of these games are pretty important. So let's talk about Northeast Tennessee. We'll start first with the team that Mr. Carr has picked all season long. Okay, maybe not. Union County at Sullivan Central. This ball game, I don't think is going to be as close as the kickoff. Well, Central's playoff dreams proved to be short-lived last week. Again, Granger jumped out to that 42-0 lead. Union County, though, comes in this game still with some possible postseason aspirations at 4-4 and 1-3 in the conference. Union County did carry a 27-game losing streak before they joined the conference last year. The Patriots are just 2-8 in league contests, but again, I think with Sullivan Central being depleted, they've got their win. I think it's going to be Union County 45, Sullivan Central 20.
Well, I've said all season that Sullivan Central had to prove to me they could win a game, and they did it. But, I don't think they will tonight either.
All right, Sullivan East at Sullivan North. On paper, there's a little sizzle to this county clash. East comes in, though, 0-8, off possibly their first winless season since 2012. But, of course, North comes in at 5-3, but they've lost 3 of their last 4. North right now, they're locked into the 4th seed. They're going to be taking on the number 1 team out of the other region. I think this game is going to be a pretty good ball game, actually. North, even though with their injuries, I think East has a lot. This is their best shot to get a win. I think North wins going away, but I think it's closer than they think, 35-25.
I told you last week with our pick, and I rolled the dice and picked opposite of what I thought you and Rob would pick because I had to make up some ground. I thought about taking East tonight just to try to get a win over you all, but I do think that North will pull it out, but who knows? That's why they played on the field.
Of course, that 21-point spread I think each of us picked that North to win, but not to cover. But anyway, talking about a big ball game in Northeast Tennessee, the Musket Bowl. Daniel Boone at Davy Crockett. Contrasting styles is the biggest thing in this one. Crockett goes to the air. Cade Larkin, he's thrown for almost 2,400 yards, 29 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions all season long. Boone has 285 rushing attempts against just 83 passes. Charlie Cole, 1,370 yards. We saw him here a few weeks back. He's got 20 touchdowns. And, of course, their quarterback's been pretty effective, 665 yards through the air and 10 scores. But I think Boone will win this football game. I think that with their win over Science Hill and South, and again playing Elizabethton, a better non-conference schedule, this game's close. And, of course, with the suspension of their inside linebacker and one of the receivers for Crockett, Boone wins 37-34.
I think that Boone's probably the best high school team I've seen this year. I think they'll win by more than your 3.
We think they might cover that 3-point spread. Well, of course, Crockett actually comes in as the favorite. So, Elizabethton at Sullivan South, again, talking about a couple teams. Cyclone quarterback Carter Everett, he's thrown for almost 1,800 yards and 22 touchdowns against just 2 interceptions. Corey Russell, he's been their X factor all season long, almost 1,200 all-purpose yards. He's even passed for almost 400 yards himself. Both of those players together have got 23 touchdowns. Julian Reed has rushed for 656 yards as well. South, though, I think they're going to catch Elizabethton a little bit emotionally flat after that big ball game with Greenville. I think, though, that they'll wake up in the second half, and I think that they win moving away. Elizabethton doubles up Sullivan South tonight, 40-20.
This one's got the possibility to be even worse than that. I think Elizabethton could put 60 on the board.
Possibly.
I think they're going to come out and try to prove a point.
Could very well. Johnson County heads to Cloudland again. This is not going to really be a big playoff perspective kind of game, but the winner of this one has a lot of momentum going into their, again, last week of the regular season. I think that the Longhorns, they've only given up 20 points over the last 4 games combined. I think they go on the mountain. I think they'll take care of Cloudland in a game that's a little bit closer, but Johnson County gets ready for the big game with Unicoi next week off a win, 28-21.
I think there will be a spanking on the mountain, as you like to say, but it'll be Cloudland on the receiving end this time.
Could very well. West Green at Happy Valley. The Warriors got the season back on track after blowing out Sullivan North last week. West Green, though, comes in 2-6. Happy Valley at 3-5. Happy Valley, I think, does take care of West Green again. Both of these teams talk about spanking. They spanked both of them at Thunder Valley. And again, Happy Valley, I think that they'll take care of West Green tonight, 30-23.
I think Happy Valley's a better team than their record shows. I agree with you. I believe they'll take care of business.
Science Hill at Jeff County. Again, this game's got implications all over it. You're talking about Science Hill. Win, and you earn a playoff berth along with the possibility of a home playoff game. Lose and face the possibility of missing the playoffs. And if Dobbins-Bennett wins twice, what could happen? Of course, you've got Hilltopper running back Chris Thomas. He's up over 1,000 yards now. He totaled 139 last week in that win that they had, as well as a touchdown. A.J. Stewart, he's come a long ways. He's got over 1,000-yard passing. Science Hill, I think, locks up a playoff spot tonight, 34-20.
Jefferson County is known for pulling the occasional upset. This one could be pretty close.
Talk about last year. That was a huge surprise. Again, Science Hill was rolling, and Jeff County got them. So, and they've got them at home. So we'll have to see what happens.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. The game close to your heart, I know. And Dobbins-Bennett's at Morristown West. The Indians, losers of 4 in a row. They simply just can't close out games. They've had the lead, double-digit leads the last couple of weeks especially, but they sit at 2-6 now. And again, with their playoff chances up, they actually don't control their own destiny anymore. Again, the Hilltoppers would love nothing more than to send the Indians home by beating Jeff County tonight. But I think the Indians will come into this one fired up. I think that they'll tribe roll, but just barely. I think Dobyns-Bennett gets the road win, 30-28.
Dobyns-Bennett's got to stop playing to lose.
And
they're trying not to lose the game instead of finishing a team off.
You take a look at the talent across the board. You take a look at a running back like Hicks, a quarterback like Redwine, and that offensive line. There's no reason they're sitting at 2-6. But anyway, a few others we'll talk about real brief. Cott County and Volunteer.
Moving right along.
The wheels have ran off down in Churchill. Cott County, I think, wins big tonight, 38-9. Talking about winning big, they're probably already scoring and they haven't even got off the bus. Greenville, I think, will roll over Granger 49-3. And Tennessee High and Cherokee. Again, Cherokee, they're trying to fight for a playoff spot, but I don't think the Vikings give them anything tonight. I think 38-19. I think they pretty much double them up. So, of course, that's Northeast Tennessee. And, Rob, what's your thoughts on the playoffs, Northeast Tennessee? I know you were looking at that and wanted to see what's a few of the scenarios the Tennessee teams have got going on tonight.
Well, thanks, guys. Starting in 6A, we have Farragut, Bearden, and Hardin Valley, who have already clinched a playoff berth. As you spoke of just a few minutes ago, Science Hill needs a win tonight, and either one, Dobyns-Bennett lost when they play Morristown West or Jeff County. Morristown West still figures in on the playoffs. Nevertheless, the two teams get to go to Maryville and Ottawa that are not already in. So do you really want to make the playoffs to travel to Maryville? So Ottawa. But one of the biggest games in 5A is Crockett and Boone, as y'all talked about a few minutes ago, with Tennessee High and Morristown 2 games back in the playoff hunt. That's the difference in going to play a 3-5 Knox Hall or having a 7-1 South Dole at your place. So again, playoff for Crockett and Boone have already been decided. Both teams will have a home game. And the other two teams looking to make the playoffs is Tennessee High and Morristown West.
The West and the East.
The West and the East.
The Beast of the East.
Of course, you have Greenville, Sullivan South, and Elizabethton in 4A, but there's still a lot of movement right there. And as much as we talk about Sullivan Central, Central has a outside chance of making the playoffs.
So let me get this straight, Rob. There's a chance we could have Sullivan Central in the playoffs and Dobyns-Bennett out.
Yes, sir.
What a strange,
what a
mixed-up
great
world
year
we're
that
living
would be.
You would need at least one loss from Granger and a win by Central tonight for that to happen. And the winner would get to travel to 8-0 Anderson County. So, but you could have DB in. That Hardin Valley game really hurt a week or so ago. So let's jump to 3A real quick. Unicoi County's in, Johnson County's in. The last here in Region 1 is Chucky Doak and Claiborne. And we'll go over who they'll play after tonight's game. As you talked about, South Green, Hampton are going to be the top 2 seeds with Sullivan North and Happy Valley. Happy Valley is already in at 3 and North is in at 4, so there'll be no changing there. The winner of the North will get to travel down to Meigs County, probably one of the best teams in small divisions. And of course, all 4 teams are going to make the playoffs in Region 1, which is Cloudland, Hancock County, Jellicoe, and Unaka. There's most of it's been decided. There is about 6 games tonight, I figured, that would either have a team in or out, and could possibly change the seeding from a home game to an away game. So we'll look at all that as we talked about after tonight's game and get the finals in. So I'll turn it back over to you guys as we jump over to Southwest Virginia.
I appreciate it, Rob. We'll take a quick break. Then, like I said, we'll come back to Southwest Virginia. We'll talk about the playoff seedings, the way the PowerPoints are working, and how they look for our Gate City Blue Devils. Again, we'll talk about the starters for this Gate City-John Battle matchup here on Senior Night. We'll talk about our Premier Pharmacy Players of the Week, and we'll get you ready, again, for the big ball game tonight. So just stay back, relax.